Good morning, students. So today our topic is protozoan protists under kingdom Protista. In our previous lecture, we came to know about that protozoan protists are categorized on the basis of their locomotive structures. If they do have flagella, they are known as zooflagellata. If they have cilia, they are known as ciliata, and if they do possess pseudopodial movement, or you can say the movement of cell membrane, then they are known as sarcodina, and if they do not possess any type of locomotive structure, they are known as sporozoan. So yesterday we were discussing about zooflagellata, and we had studied about trypanosoma. Actually, yesterday I had forgotten to mention this trypanosoma. This trypanosoma actually digenetic in nature. Digenetic means it completes its life cycle in two hosts. So two hosts are human beings and sea fly, and this trypanosoma causes African sleeping sickness. So yesterday we have discussed about trypanosoma, two hosts, human beings and sea fly, and they cause African sleeping sickness. So today we would discuss about Leishmania donovani, Trichonympha, Giardia intestinalis, and Trichomonas vaginalis. So first of all, Leishmania donovani. Leishmania donovani, actually it is, all of these are actually, they are parasites. Trypanosoma was also an endoparasite. Similarly, this Leishmania donovani is also parasite, and it is digenetic. As I told you, what is the meaning of digenetic? Digenetic. The meaning of digenetic is they complete their life cycle in two hosts. So in case of trypanosoma, I told you two hosts are human beings and sea fly. So in case of Leishmania donovani, two hosts are human being and sand fly. Actually, it enters in the human beings into the blood capillaries, and human being and sand fly are the two hosts in case of Leishmania donovani. It is dimorphic in nature. Dimorphic means they look totally different in different phases of their life cycle. So when they are young, they possess a long flagella, and when they become adult, this flagella remains within this the structure of this, within this individual or within this organism, and this small flagella is known as rhizoplast, and is internal flagella. Okay, so they look totally different when they are young and when they become adult. So this difference on the basis of their appearance of this flagellatory structure. This Leishmania donovani cause Kala Azar or dum fever. Okay, so after trypanosoma, now we have completed Leishmania donovani. Trypanosoma causes African sleeping sickness, two hosts, human being and sea fly. Leishmania donovani, again digenetic, two hosts, human being and sandfly, and can cause Kala Azar or dum fever. And they are dimorphic, and their appearance is totally different on the basis of their locomotive structure, that is flagella. And then let's move to the next one, Trichonympha. Trichonympha. These trichonympha are multiflagellate. They have more than two flagella on their body. They are symbiotic. They are symbiotic in nature. Actually, they are found in the intestine of termites. Termites means दीमक, जिसे हम बोलते हैं. They are found in the intestines of termite. Actually, as you know, termites feed on wood, and wood is all about cellulose. So one cannot digest cellulose on their own, so there must be something, or there must be a specialized enzyme to digest cellulose. So termites naturally do not have any specialized enzyme to digest cellulose of wood. So they form a symbiotic association with Trichonympha. This Trichonympha finds a host in the form of termite in their intestine, and in turn, what termite gets from Trichonympha? This Trichonympha secretes an enzyme known as cellulase enzyme. This cellulase enzyme actually breaks down cellulose into the simple sugars, and just because of that reason, these termites can feed on woods. Okay, so they are helping them out to digest cellulose of that wood by secreting this cellulase enzyme. Okay, so this is symbiotic association between Trichonympha and termites. Okay, the next one is Girardia intestinalis. This is known as grand old man of intestine. Okay, it has been asked many times, grand old man of intestine. And again, uh, it is of the first pathogenic protist to be discovered. It was first pathogenic protist to be discovered by Leeuwenhoek. It is binucleate, that means it has two nuclear bodies. It has adhesive disc, exostyle, parabasal body, four pairs of backwardly directed flagella. Four pairs, yani, that means they have around 8 flagella. Adhesive means they can attach to the body of uh, the host. Exostyle, this exostyle is a stiff, rigid structure. Actually, exostyle is a sheet of microtubules. Sheet of microtubules. Uh, they actually support the structure of individual or the structure of organism, and they also helps in various functions like movements of that organism, especially they support the structure of that organism. Sheet of microtubules. Do remember, exostyle is a sheet of microtubules. Then parabasal body, they provide flexibility to the organism. And then four pairs of backwardly directed flagella, they help in locomotion. Here you can see the structure of Giardia. Uh, okay, these are as I told you that they are binucleate. These are the two nucleus. They are get connected with each other, and from this connection, these the one pair of flagella is originated. One flagella is there, one from here. Okay, and right from this connective, exostyle is originated or is formed, and actually it's kind of skeletal system, like in higher animals, provide support to the organism's body. So they do the same for this protists, this exostyle. So from this connective, other three pairs of flagella originated, and this is parabasal body. This irregular uh, arrangement of parabasal body provides flexibility of this organism to this organism, and these are two nuclei, that's why known as binucleate. This Giardia intestinalis found in small intestine of human beings and can cause like diarrhea, watery diarrhea, dysenteries. Okay. Then let's move to the last zooflagellata, Trichomonas vaginalis. As its name suggests, vaginalis means it is found in the vagina of human female, and human male acts as a carrier. Okay, so human male is a carrier. When human male and when human male and female does have sexual intercourse, so it can transfer from the male to the uh, female vagina. So in female vagina it gets activated because of having because of having acidic nature inside the vagina. Okay, so it is found in vagina of human female and gets activated over there, and male acts as a carrier. Okay, so here is the structure. These are four flagella, and one flagella is right over here, and it forms a undulating membrane. That means this provide a specific type of movement inside the inside the vaginal tract of human female, and also provides flexibility in movements. This is parabasal body, again is flexibility for this organism. Exostyle provides support to this structure and sheet of microtubules. And this Trichomonas vaginalis causes leukorrhea. Leukorrhea is a small, leukorrhea is actually secretion of smelly, watery excretion from human female. It is white, smelly secretion of human female or human vagina. Okay, so it's all about zooflagellata. Now we have discussed about trypanosoma, leishmania, donovani, trichonympha, xerdia intestinalis, and trichomonas vaginalis. And all of these are endoparasites basically, and some of them are dimorphic in nature, digenetic means in two hosts, okay, and some cause diarrhea, dysenteries, and some cause like in leukorrhea in human female vagina, and like in symbiotic association in case of termites by trichonympha. Okay, so tomorrow we will discuss about the next category under this protozoan protists, that is ciliata, and then Sarcodina and Sporozoa. Thank you.